Group F finally after all the appetizer, the main group,
Oh,
the
the
group
group
of
of death.
death, the group of seram ni, memang seram.
Like, oh my god, this group, it's
Crazy,
I
crazy, crazy.
crazy. I think any player you're there, I pity Hungary.
I think I think like it once they saw Hungary is in the group, right, they are very hungry.
Yeah, they're really hungry. Oh my god.
So France, Germany, Hungary, and Portugal. Wow, wow, wow. So I mean like this group, like the top three teams, France, Germany, and Portugal. I think like everyone know what is that team about lah. So but let's just
Yeah.
go through it.
Mhm.
So first of all, Germany. After their very disappointing Euro and the World Cup 2018, especially I think the World Cup 2018 has been a really bad defeat for them personally lah, because
It
of
was
losing
really
to
disappointing.
Korea and losing to Mexico, right? I believe.
Mm. It was really
So,
disappointing.
but this season and this Euro is the last international competition for Low. They are
Yeah, I am sad. There's no more memes of him scratching his
those.
weird awkward areas and digging his nose, smelling it, and flicking it off. Like, I'll miss those memes later on. But hopefully he'll. But I don't know lah, because now COVID, maybe he would try to control himself or like doing all this stuff. So
Maybe this is that like he will try to use this as his last chance to do as many times as possible.
maybe like, but oh my god.
So, but this time actually because actually he uh Hammers and Muller they retired from national team I think few years ago, and now for
Mm,
this Euro, Low has decided to call them back into this lineup lah. So for
mm.
Germany, I think like the team has like they are also, as you mentioned earlier, they are facing the same stage as Spain, like, as like in a transition period lah.
Mm-hmm.
So Manuel Neuer, the goat, just reaches his 100 cap for Germany. Congrats to Neuer. Their defender,
Yeah.
I think like Matt Hummels lah has to be one of the top men right there, and uh
Sula. Don't forget
yeah,
Sula.
Suler, I think he's quite okay, but if have a choice, I might have to go for Rudiger.
Pretty good.
For
Oh
his
yeah,
performance this
true.
season in the Champions League, I think he did very well.
Mm.
Rudiger. And then for midfielder wise, it's very stacked. It's very very stacked.
Very,
Goretzka,
very.
Gundogan,
Mm-hmm.
Kimmich, Kroos. These four, like one of like have to be the top few midfielders in the Europe football
Though
scene.
I hope they, I hope three of them will start in midfield
Mm,
because it's going to be scary midfield, man.
mm. And
Goretzka, I'm pretty sure you saw the memes. I don't know what Bayern has been feeding him. He
oh,
suddenly became really swole. Like, oh my god.
very
Like,
super buff.
yo,
Calm,
super buff.
calm down on the protein, bro.
Man, I don't know what type of protein that those Bavarians have. Like,
Goretzka,
oh,
maybe you can PM me your routine and the protein brand, then I can maybe copy from
yeah,
you.
man.
And then this team has like one surprising call up, Musiala from Bayern. Only the years of 17 years old only, 17 or 18 very young,
Mm,
which has been doing very well I think for Germany, for Bayern Munich.
okay.
And then Gnabry and Sané, the two main wingers slash wide midfielders lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they're Bayern teammates,
Yes.
so for sure they can work together.
Yeah. So forward, Havertz, Muller, Bolan, and Werner. So
Mm.
Werner, do you think can he like replicate his Leipzig form, or he will just remain in his Chelsea form after all the blunders?
Oh my god, like Werner, I was like surprised. I mean, he is a big meme. I don't know what's going on,
Yes.
but I think maybe this Euro might be the chance for him to regain his confidence for the next season.
Mm.
I think if he does badly for this Euros, I don't know. I think he's going just downhill really for him. Pity him, which I don't know why. I think if I recall, like Chelsea has a tendency of like having the top striker and then bringing them down. Like
Yeah. Very sad.
Shevchenko did really badly for
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah. Very.
Remember?
Yeah. Yeah. True. And Torres, oh,
Mm.
my heart cannot.
Yeah, Torres, Morata did really bad for Chelsea.
Yeah. So and they even have a rumor saying that Chelsea might considering bringing in Haaland. So Werner is in a really tough spot lah. So if he couldn't
Yeah,
really prove
very.
himself in this Euro, then he might have some serious competition in this coming transfer window.
Mm.
So
But I think luckily Havertz is doing well.
yeah, Harvard. No, actually, when Lampard was the coach for Chelsea, he's actually doing bad lah. To be honest.
Mm.
But then once
Yeah.
Tuchel take over, he's doing very well. I think he really stepped up his game, and then scoring the winning goal for Chelsea against Man City.
Yeah, that was a nice goal.
Muller, which plays as a cam central forward, supporting striker role, and Volan, Kevin Volan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so nothing much to complain. Every lineup, every position is pretty stacked lah. So
Yeah.
okay, so next on, let's go to the next team, France. Wow, France.
Allez,
Allez.
Français.
Ale. Oh, France, man, I tell you,
Time.
France,
World champions.
France, I think it has to be like for me like the contender lah, the strongest contender in this Euro. Before the 2014 World Cup, they actually is in the transition period. But now they have a very good stacked team which consists of old and young players.
Mm-hmm.
And the young players are like not just normal, mediocre, normie young players. No, they're like those very super stacked young players, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the world class.
So their goalkeeper, as usual, Loris, solid.
Yeah,
Defender, wow, look at the defender lineup, man. Varane, Kimpembe,
yeah.
Langley,
Lucas Hernandez.
yeah, Hernandez, and Digne, which plays at the left back position now.
Mm.
So I think.
But Pavard, don't forget Pavard's goal in the World Cup.
Pavard! Oh, how about that? Glorious! Benjamin Pavard puts France level.
And whew,
Oh,
that goal,
that
like
goal is
dang.
straight up fire.
I remember watching it really, man. Oof, my spine tingled.
It's mad thing, man. If those who watch us live, I know that's really mad thing right there.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
damn
Right.
good.
So for midfielder, wow, look at the midfielder team, man. Kante, one more strong contender for the Ballon d'Or. One more strong contender.
Yeah, his secret. Kante's secret of winning champions, yeah, nasi lemak, man. Malaysian. But no sambal.
Okay, then Pogba, the depth goat.
Yeah, the depth.
And
Yeah,
then
but he does super well for
Yeah.
France, man.
yeah, I mean like his performance is actually quite different, right, from club level and international level.
I think Pogba, he actually had a really good season for United, honestly.
Mm.
Although he played on the left, yeah, he likes playing in the midfield left. Like so, even in centre mid, he likes to play in more centre mid, the left side.
Yeah.
So actually, he's really talented. Like, I don't understand all the hate he's been getting. Like, he's so bad. Your legend, Graham Souness, right? He keeps saying all this bad stuff about Pogba. I'm like thinking, are you jealous of his skill or something? Like, he's been really good. Like, maybe all the hate on Pogba is because of his agent.
Oh, O'Reilly.
Yeah, I mean, I hate that agent. Okay, he is he's a bad name to even say. But Pogba, he's super good. And for France, he's like in a way he's like the player that will mold France's attack and defense together.
Yes. So there's a saying that actually Kante releases Pogba.
Sorry? Yeah, Kante because Pogba can't really defend. He needs someone behind him to really cover for the defense part. But look at Pogba, like dude, I don't think anyone you can't like other than maybe De Bruyne. Pogba's long balls to the players like mad crazy, man.
Yeah. So
And then don't forget he pop boom goals.
Pop boom. Although actually, to be honest, although I'm a Liverpool fan, but I like Pogba's skills. Actually, I like Pogba, when his time in Juventus.
Yeah,
long shot and all those things is straight up fire.
and he's strong. That's the thing. He's big and
He's
strong.
physique.
Mm.
Okay, so let's move on to Rabiot, which plays for Juventus. Sissoko.
Mm.
Sissoko a bit off this season for
Yeah,
Tottenham.
Spurs.
And then Tolisso, which plays for Bayern. So yeah,
Mm.
that's a very strong midfield right there. Kante and Pogba, one of the two best midfielders in the world football. So that's it all.
Mhm.
Forward, wow, look at this forward line, man. Ben
This
Yedder.
forward is going to scare every defender, man.
Yeah. So actually, about Benzema, right? Because he was
Yeah.
released by the team because of some scandal issue. But then Deschamps, I think like there's a meme saying because after Deschamps, the coach of France, he looked at the group, right? So then he just like had to call back Benzema because of the group.
Yeah, I don't think they can depend on Giroud on this.
Yeah, because like there's a strong argument, right? Benzema calling Giroud like a go kart, and Benzema is like
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, you cannot compare a go kart to an F1 car. Oof.
But the irony is that because the last match, I think Benzema was injured and then Giroud replaces him and Giroud scored 2 goals for France.
Yeah,
So that's the irony right there, I think.
but isn't Giroud the top scorer for this France team also, right?
Yeah, currently, but then he's chasing towards Henry record, just like quite a few goals, like I think it's achievable for Giroud.
Yeah, can, but he gotta continue playing. But
yeah,
do you see like the meme, like if you were to show your kids or kids Giroud's goal scored, you would think he was a superstar like Ronaldo. Do you see that meme before? Like his bicycle kick lah, scorpion kick lah, and then what he's won also is not bad, you know.
I think he's actually massively underrated lah. I think like he does things consistently throughout his time in Arsenal to Chelsea, then now to France international level. I think he's very underrated lah.
Yeah, I find that Giroud is the type player, right? With a correct delivery, he can deliver for you.
Yes, definitely.
But if you want him to hold the ball and do something, he's not really your guy. But if you put in the right ball, I don't know how.
He can finish it.
He's like Zlatan. He's like Zlatan, no? He can really finish it anyway. He could.
He finish. He's a good finisher, I would say. All right. So next up, Griezmann. Griezmann, he was very good in the last Euro. Very good. But now after transferring to Barcelona,
not so great.
A bit off. He shows some sparks. He shows some sparks, but then like it's not consistent on and off a bit.
I don't know. Griezmann, he's a really good player, but I think for France it's okay lah. Like I don't get what's up with these French players. For their clubs, they are not so great, but for France, like I don't know, like French energy or something make them super powerful.
Yeah, I think he's one of the main reasons why France get into the final, but not winning the final, just into the final.
That's true.
Speaking of France, right, the Euro 2016, there's one guy I miss him actually. I remember Payet.
Oh yeah.
He was straight up fire. He was mad, like straight up fire.
Dude, that season for West Ham.
Ice in the wind, man. Ice in the wind. Yeah. But somehow I mean like his form maybe drop or whatsoever lah. But look at this team, like truly packed already lah. And then next up, Golden Boy, Kylian Mbappe. Oh, yeah, Golden Boy.
I don't know, he's the next generation of Ronaldo, Messi. No one can.
Haaland and Mbappe, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Oh my god, like Mbappe, like I am speechless, man. He is so good.
Well, I mean, like what he did to Argentina, what he did to Messi in the World Cup, he speaks from himself.
He is super good.
He speaks from himself.
But just he's so. I mean, I don't know. He's like, I don't understand. He's so good. He's so fast. He can finish. Like, damn. He's the most valuable asset in the world now.
Yeah, because actually there are some rumors saying that he might go to Real Madrid or Liverpool. But I think it's quite unlikely because the PSG director definitely will try their best means to keep their local superstar player. And it's France player, It's not like foreign players. And then Liverpool, Liverpool, for me, Liverpool fan, I think like their board is very stingy. Very stingy. So I don't think they will spend 100 plus mil for a player. And besides that, the wages.
Hey, come on, man. I think in Liverpool, I think you guys really need to buy defenders and midfielders. Really.
That will be a next podcast about complaining about FSG Liverpool side lah. Alright, so then, but again, Marcus
Okay.
Thuram, which is the son of a legend for Thuram for the France team.
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah, so that's it for my France opinion. So there's no, I think like if have to pick one star player, has to be Mbappe lah. But there's actually quite bias in the side because for the France, right, I think like can say every player is a star by themselves. I think.
Yeah. But I think the one player that would really help France the most is going to be Kante.
Mr. Do It All.
Yeah, Mr. Duel,
Like-
Mr. the nicest man in the world.
He say like they have saying, you know, like what one Kante is equal to like 3 players. So now actually France they have 14 players on the pitch.
Yeah, lah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Alright, so next up,
Yeah.
Portugal.
Portugal. You mean
Uh,
Wolves?
France definitely hate this team.
Yeah, lah.
League stealing the Euro. Can
Mhm.
they have their revenge? Let's see. But Portugal, once again, their transition work has done very tremendously well. Look at the
Yep.
team. Actually, like a lot of them are actually young players now.
All them play for Wolves, man.
Yes. Wolf is in the Euros now.
Yeah, man.
So Portugal, Rui Patricio, I think play for Wolf. Cancelo doing wonders for Man City. Can play right back, left back. It's very
Mhm.
and both footed as well. I think it's very multifunctional player. Ruben Diaz,
Yep.
player of the year, right? I think player of the year for
Yeah.
yeah.
Premier League player of the year.
And then Jose Fonte, which won the League One with Lille.
Yeah.
Then Pepe, OG defender, and Semedo, Wolf FC.
Wolves.
Yeah. So then their defender, I think, is also quite solid. Like although they are mix of old player, but then they are also new players. So a mix of between old and new. So I think
Yep.
very solid.
Yep, very solid team.
Very solid defender. So midfielder wise, wow. I think like one player that makes you pumping really.
Yeah, lah.
Bruno.
Bruno
Fernandes.
Fernandes. Fernandes? Oh, come on.
Yeah, but bias aside, right, I think Fernandes has been doing very well for Man City season. Like delivering crosses, long shot, through ball, passes and all. He can do it all. I think
Yeah.
for me, I think
And his drive. I mean, his heart, man. He's a really good
his
leader.
passion.
Man.
I can see his passion in a sense. Because there's a bitter side for me because actually Liverpool previously, right, talk about the past, Liverpool have a friendly match with Sporting. And then Klopp said that Bruno is a very exceptional player. But then in the end, he didn't want to sign him. Then there's
Then United call.
Yeah, that's
United
very
call. We
bitter.
gotta answer.
Very sad. So next up, Moutinho, which play for Wolf. Ruben Neves, another Wolf player.
Wolves. Yeah.
So
Hey, but Neves, I think he'll make quite good. He'll make a nice pairing for Bruno. He's very solid for Wolves, man.
Neves, 24 years of age, still very young. Then Sanchez plays for Lille, also won the League One.
Yep.
And Bernardo Silva, also a very solid player for Man City, can play either side of the wing.
Mm-hmm.
And then
He
now,
can even play cam also.
yeah,
right?
like multi-positioner, like they don't have to worry about like the lacking of position or the players to play in the position. I think.
And then they can always rotate about anyways.
Yeah. So forward, well, of course the main man, Zee!
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano. This season, I think it might be his last Euro. Let's be honest. He's already, I think, like 34, 35. Is it? I'm not sure. I think 33 or
36. He's 36.
36. Yeah, I think like imagine like he also might be his last international stage, or if maybe the World Cup for next year maybe it still goes on, then maybe that's his last lah. But then this might be like his second time of winning, hopefully lah.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
yep. So Ronaldo wise, again the main talisman, Joao Felix, play for Atletico. I think like his form has been very not to say very good in a sense lah, but I think still mediocre lah. But then still okay
But
lah.
they say he is the next Ronaldo. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like he really
before this,
will
but
himself.
if you zoom into his performance in La Liga, right, I think it's a bit
Mm.
mediocre lah.
Doesn't justify his price tag.
But yes, yes.
It's like I think maybe too much pressure on the price tag.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Then next up, Jota. Jota for
Jota.
Liverpool, I think like very good, but then injuries happen for a few times, occasional.
But he's better than Mane, please.
Damn. Mane this season.
Got to admit that.
Okay, that's another podcast about complaining about Liverpool season. But then Jota, I think like he just recovered from injuries, but then he also played in the friendly against Spain. So I think he's a possible in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, Portugal. Yeah. Last team, Hungary. Alright. Hungary. So actually, Hungary has some very good hidden gem, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So like who can you recognize from this Hungary team? Like any good player?
I don't recognize any of them, man.
You recognize
Hungary.
So actually, right,
Hungary.
for Hungary, I think like for my recent memory of Hungary, I think it's their goalkeeper which wore the sweatpants.
Oh, Gulaski.
No, is it? I don't think it's Glasky. I forgot the name, but he wore the sweatpants like.
Oh, okay, but I think the only guy I know here is Gulaski. Like.
Yeah, Glasky is a guy playing for Leipzig.
Yeah.
For Leipzig. And then if you look at the tier, I think it's quite mediocre lah. Like to be honest, I also couldn't like say out anyone that is very stand out, like I would say, because like Hungary, there are some players who play for Bundesliga. For example, their forward Salai, this plays for Freiburg, but I think like that's quite mediocre lah. So yeah. So for my prediction for Group F, well, this is a very tough one, to be honest. A very tough one. But I think like although it's tough, right? But I think my decision can be made pretty quickly lah. I would say France and Portugal lah.
France and Portugal. I also believe France and Portugal. I don't think Germany is there yet.
Actually, Germany is good, but then I don't think they still have yet to reach the potential level as France and Portugal. They are still in the transition period, but it takes time lah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think France will just win the group. Portugal second.
Yep.
Which means potentially Portugal versus England for the next round.
All right. So that's it, and then this will be the lineup. So then this will be the lineup for our prediction for the coming team that is going to progress to the round of 16. And then so Farid, okay, let me just ask you more a direct question now. Who do you think will be in the final?
Who do you think will be in the final?
That's a very direct question. I know it's like too early to say, but just make a bold prediction now.
I think France will obviously be in the final. But and I don't know the structure of it. Is it possible for England to meet France in the final, or I don't know? I think if England were to win the group and France were to win the group, then after the last of 16, the quarterfinals they'll meet. I think if we were to win.
I mean, like never mind, like put that aside lah. Like which, like just put aside all those things lah. Like which two teams you think like will most likely will be in the final? Wow, that's a very good prediction lah.
Either France or England. So to me, it's either of them going to win it. Either France or England.
So for me, France and Portugal. You know why? Actually, not I against England. I think they have a very good squad, but then, as we all know, England they always choke in the big tournament.
Yeah.
They lack of. Although they reached the semi-final of the last World Cup, but I don't think they still have the big game experience like the experience as per Portugal or France had as they won the Euro and the World Cup from the previous years.
But England was so close to reach the final though.
So close, very close. One thing happened. Sorry.
who was it again? Kane should have squared it to Sterling.
yeah.
I remember that. He should have squared it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing
So
lah. But I think England will have a good chance. But if say besides England, I think Portugal or France going to make it to the final.
well, if like that, then imagine France and Portugal meeting again. After the group, it's gonna be
Yeah, but the group stage
France and Portugal part 2.
is going to be fire, I tell you. All right.
Mm.
So, Farid, so I think
Yeah.
this is the wrap up. So, thanks for joining. And then any last words before we end the conversation?
Well, I think we just gotta enjoy the Euros at home lah. It's sad that we all cannot watch together in the mama and such.
No mama.
No mama, no hanging out in the football cafe or something like that. Just gotta enjoy at home lah.
But never mind, got Zoom. No worries, got Zoom.
Yeah, but just enjoy at home and stay safe only lah. We got no choice in this.
Don't jalan sini, jalan sana. Just stay safe and just take care. So, thank you again, Farid, for joining us and just taking your time. So,
thanks for having me.
So, I hope our prediction is correct then. See you guys soon and take care and stay safe. Bye.
Take care. Bye.